aha Ghanatube so modofo snowy masan so atenase ensem ahodo a ekoso ewo omega ni mu no onsa beka busiafo matenase se no makwakoje emwa bebre de apa na intempa no ye hakotie nia ekoso ewo omani ne ba na busiafo me mo atoaso.
Now we'll be discussing consistently about the monetary policy rate, and today the central bank governor met with the initial conversation about what is likely to happen in the next 3 days. Joining me in studio is George Wiafe to give us update on what happened this morning. George?
So, I mean, this is a 3-day meeting, as you said earlier on. Basically, these members of the Monetary Policy Committee, they are meeting to review what has happened in the economy over the past 2 months. And basically, the argument is that whatever that they review as in the data doesn't warrant a policy rate being going up or going down or being kept unchanged at the current 28%. And opening this meeting, which is made up of the Monetary Policy Committee members, also some board members of the Bank of Ghana, and even some observers as well who are there to observe what is happening. The governor actually highlighted things that have happened over last month, the economy, the mid-year budget review, and also to mention that the fact that debt numbers are coming down. This actually maybe should bring us some excitement going forward. But the governor was worried about something, about the fact that they were seeing some blips with the exchange rate. If you even should stick to the Bank of Ghana rates, about 2 weeks ago, a week ago, we were doing somewhere around 10 Ghana cedis, 30 pesos. Now we're doing about 10 Ghana cedis, 40 pesos. And that should send some concerns to a lot of people out there. The governor was also worried about some of these tax measures and fees and charges that have been introduced in the mid-year budget review and how that will impact on inflation. Let's listen to the governor and expressing all these concerns at the meeting.
As we commence our deliberations, members of the MPC, the question before us is clear. The question is whether the current macroeconomic configuration warrants a recalibration of our monetary policy stance. With inflation expectations more firmly anchored, external buffers significantly strengthened, and public confidence improving, we must consider how best to support this recovery without compromising the hard-won gains in stability. We must be aware, colleagues, of the risks going forward, such as a resumption of exchange rate volatility, crude oil price could increase, and the potential impact of some taxes to be imposed within the context of the mid-year budget review, and of course how these can affect pricing behavior. Colleagues, these can cause a shift in inflation expectations, and they are risks that we cannot take lightly at all. So I encourage staff and MPC members to maintain a strong focus on these forward-looking risks, these policy trade-offs, and the need to provide credible guidance to the market. Our mandate, colleagues, is clear, and that is to maintain price stability while enabling the conditions for inclusive and sustainable growth.
So the central bank governor highlighted key consideration as in things that may likely not necessarily erode the benefit that has been developed over the last 6 months. George, what does this basically mean for the policy rate going forward?
I mean, it's quite difficult if you were expecting a huge cut in the Monetary Policy Committee rate from the current 28% down significantly. You may have to start revising your note. Don't forget that the governor has made this argument about the fact that he would always be guided, or we should be guided when we make comments about the city, about the data. Now, the IMF is even actually going to make some comment, actually back in this. The argument is that, what is the data saying on liquidity? Does the data warrant a significant cut in the policy rate? From what the governor is saying, it appears that the committee would be more for the wait-and-see attitude. So those who are looking forward to the rate dropping by maybe 400 basis points or 500 basis points or about 5%, you have to start revising it because the governor is worried about the impact of all this development on pricing behavior. Basically, inflation. Are these tax measures going to see inflation go up? But don't forget that we're also in the harvest season as well. So it appears that the governor, he has only one vote on the committee to the other members as well. But if he has his own way, he thinks that we should be very cautious or measured in the way we go about with the policy rate, whether we cut it by a significant margin or just about maybe 2% and more of wait and see.
To Amina, who just walked into the bank lobby about to drop some money or deposit money into a bank account, or possibly being convinced by a banker to subscribe to a loan facility, what does this mean to her?
So you're looking at the policy rate here, and for those who want to play in the technical space, it's a more of a policy tool that gives us an indication about the direction of the economy. Also, that is the key lending rate that the Bank of Ghana will lend to the commercial bank. So if it's going up, it means that you're getting an indication that Bank of Ghana is trying to mop up liquidity in the system. If it's coming down, then you get the sense the Bank of Ghana wants to stimulate growth. They want to encourage borrowing. Basically, in the long term, or just breaking it down, depending on the decision that they will take on Wednesday, it would impact on the cost of lending to you as well. If you're already servicing a loan, there's a likelihood that the price will be reviewed upwards. If you're also servicing a loan, there's a likelihood that if they go down, that could impact on your loan, if depending that it was a variable rate. If it goes up, it could also impact on the cost of credit. And it gives you the signal for the economists to tell you that the outlook is not that good for us, even though the Minister of Finance has presented the budget to give us some indication that, well, the outlook is a little bit okay. So basically, for that person taking a loan, it could be more expensive for you servicing that loan, or it could also be more expensive for you if you should walk into a bank, Winston, and trying to borrow from a bank, depending on what decision that they will take on Wednesday on the policy rate.
Thank you very much, George Wiafe, for bringing us clarity to this conversation from the Central Bank Governor. We'll certainly be breaking you down on this development in subsequent conversations. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund is urging the Bank of Ghana to maintain a tight policy stance despite recent pressures. Julie Kazok is Director of Communications at the IMF and has been speaking at a news conference in USA.
7th, the IMF's executive board completed the 4th review of Ghana's ECF arrangement. And after board approval, Ghana received about $367 million, bringing total support to around $2.3 billion since May 2023. With respect to the budget, here I can say that the IMF has welcomed the government's corrective actions, including a strong 2025 budget and an audit of payables to quantify and address the pre-election fiscal slippages. The authorities have recently implemented changes to their public financial management and public procurement acts, and this helps improve the overall fiscal responsibility framework in Ghana. And the authorities have also adopted a strategy to address issues in the energy sector. I can add that the mid-year budget review is fully in line with parameters and objectives of the IMF supported program.
Yo, ya have got here and some no about bit me at the comments about comment section. Measure I can kind of na at the amount of me. I will say aha Ghanatube so in some air by or my Ghana. Nina no on sa Erica on subscribe nothing so found sa emi notification bell no so send your bear and sem no ye de tuma na wenya no entem pass so sisi ade makram.